Welcome to this edition of the First Aid Show. Now, with First Aid, we often learn how to do CPR, and also the guidelines are stating that or the recommendations, that we swap over every 2 minutes. What we're going to do is a short little experiment where we're going to look at how hard it is to do CPR as chest-only compressions in a 2-minute period, and also to emphasise how important it is to hand over to someone else either at 2 minutes or much earlier. So we'd like to start 2 minutes now?
Yep, no worries. Are you ready?
That's 30 seconds. One minute.
Really struggling already.
One and a half minutes. Okay, stop. How do you feel?
Tired?
Was it more difficult as you went through?
Yeah.
Obviously. How did you feel you were doing with the compressions?
About 1 minute. I felt I was slowing down. My arms were getting achy. My fingers started to lose the grip. I'm out of breath. But yeah, no breaths in between. It was very tiring, very tiring.
Do you think you could have done it much longer than that, effectively?
No.
Do you think you were effective?
I would say about a minute and a half, perhaps.
Yeah. So at that stage, you would prefer to have handed over to somebody else?
Yes.
So what we'll do now is have a look at how well you did. So at the very start, you started off with 124 compressions per minute, depth of 59 millimeters, which is fine. And if we go down, your compression speed and depth was absolutely fine, really until you started hitting this 1 minute mark, where the speed dropped slightly, but it's still 118 compressions, but you're going down to the bottom end, down just at 50 mil. After we got past that first minute, the speed again you kept fast, but your depth wasn't there. You kept missing the depth, so you were going down now to 46. As we go down a little bit lower, your depth is still at 46, but you then drop right down to 26 millimeters by the time you get to the bottom. Now, as we discussed earlier on the effective CPR, if you maybe have cut the speed down but concentrated more on the depth, you would still be using the same amount of energy, so therefore you maybe wouldn't get so tired when doing compressions. Now, using these mannequins is a very good live way of seeing how effective CPR is, and also reinforcing that it's very important to concentrate on the depth and the speed, but also to hand over to a second rescuer when you need to.